Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at the horizontal and vertical splitter bars. It's not in the clinic application, it's in a different one that I'm working on, but we'll have a look at it anyway, right after these few words. Hi, you're listening to Martin, and this is another video in my series in which I'm getting started with OpenInsight 10. And we're not going to be working with the clinic application in this video, basically because I haven't really got a window that this fits in, but I'm working on a different application where I needed to use both the vertical and the horizontal splitter bars. In fact, we may well use the vertical in a clinic application when I start to build a report library, but I thought I'd cover both in this video using this new little application. So the splitter bars are found in the toolbox. So we've got the horizontal splitter bar and we've also got the vertical splitter bar, and you simply drop that onto the form wherever you want it, and then you just move it around and you resize it accordingly. Now I've already got one on here, and one of the things I am going to do is actually it is the same size, so that's cool. I just wanted it the same size as the boxes, because as we move the splitter bar up and down, the two edit boxes are going to move for us. So let's just see that in action. So here we have the splitter bar and we can move it up, and the top box is made shorter and the bottom box is made taller, and likewise if we move it down we get the same. So this enables the user to decide how big these boxes are and how much data they see. So as you saw, when we drop the splitter bar on, it's just a flat control. So the only thing that I've done here is to named it. I've obviously sized it, and then for the visual nature of the button, I've simply gone into bevel and I've put a single width, and I've used the style of raised. You can have sunken, raised, etched and ridged, and I quite like the raised one. And then that gives us this nice rendering of the bar. Then we need to get the name of the edit box at the top and the name of the edit box at the bottom, because on the splitter bar itself there is a new event in OpenInsight 10 called move, and on move we have to drop some code. So first of all we need to get the thickness of the bar, because obviously that's up to you how thick you make the bar. It's not up to OpenInsight to define the size of it. So we need to get the thickness, and we also need to then get the initial position of the bar. We then need to move it, and we're capturing the Y chord here. And then we need to find out how far we moved the bar. So in other words, it's gone from A to B, and then we can work out how we resize the other controls. So once we've done all of that, we then need to define the upper box, and then we need to set the bottom property to the Y chord, so how far it's moved, -4 for being the space around the splitter bar. And we then do the same for the lower edit box. So we define the edit box, and then on that one we set the top property. So what we're going to do is, as the splitter bar moves, we're going to move the bottom property of the top box to make it taller or deeper or shorter. And then for the lower box, we're going to set the top so that the bottom of the edit box stays the same. And then when we've done that, for the lower one, we just simply set the height. And that's all you need to do for a horizontal splitter bar. And then on another form, this one here, again, I've got a splitter bar here. There's a slight issue where the tree list view is not displaying when I run it. Not quite sure why. I've got to sort that out. This is a form that I'm working on at the moment. But on this one, the tree view will size width-wise, as will report title and the box underneath. And again, the code to do that is on the move event for the splitter control. So again, we get the thickness of the control, we get its initial position, and then we move it. And again, it's still using the Y chord, but now obviously we're going left. How far did it move? And then for the list box, we now are going to set the width. And because I've got a slightly bigger gap on these controls, I now do -16 to make sure that I've got the right gapping. Then we need to be looking at the report title, and we set the left, and again for that header we need to set the width, because we want to move the control over from the left, keeping it anchored on the right, but we need to adjust the width. And then we do exactly the same for the control underneath, the report detail. So we need to set the left, and we also need to set the width. So very similar code, and you've just got to think about whether you're using top and bottom or left and width. And that's basically all there is to using the new vertical splitter bar and horizontal splitter bar in OpenInsight 10. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye bye.